Good evening and whakalahiatu. Here is our news bulletin for tonight. Firstly, Broadcasting Corporation of Niue radio producer and one of the island's best-known musicians is preparing to represent Niue on the international stage. Glenn Jackson has been named a finalist in the Pacific Media Network Best Pacific Language category at the 2026 Pacific Music Awards for his album Niue 1976. For Glenn Jackson, the nomination is about much more than music. The Radio Sunshine producer says being recognized at the Pacific Music Awards is an opportunity to promote Niue's language, culture, and identity to a global audience.
I think I'm at a stage where I understand what my role is. For the population of us globally in this world, it's only 40,000+, maybe less. So my responsibility and my opportunity is to represent the language in all these spaces as much as possible. So I'm feeling honored, I'm feeling blessed, I'm feeling grateful.
Jackson says early in his career, he made the decision to stay true to his Niuean roots, even when singing in Pacific languages wasn't considered commercially popular.
Choosing your language or bilingual music in the industry is a tough task, because at the time, 2005, 2006, not too many people were looking at bilingual music or language as your go-to or your superpower in your music. And so we stuck to it. So we lost the traction of trying to get the numbers, trying to get popularity. What we did pick up was we were going to stay true to ourselves. We're going to stay to our core values as Tangata Pacifica, as Tangata Niue, and that's what I've done since day dot. And so the journey has always been, for me, to making sure that my music, as bilingual as it is, that the Whangahau Niue is always implemented, is always in and out of my music. So I can tap into the English speakers, but also tap into our Niueans who are in New Zealand, who don't know their own language, and have an opportunity to play their language and not feel like they're not, that they can't be disconnected to it. And so I took that opportunity, and as tough as it was, I've stuck to it ever since.
He also believes artificial intelligence has a place in music production, but says it should never replace authentic voices or compromise the correct pronunciation of the Niuean language.
I believe AI should just be like a carpenter's tools. He has a box of tools that he uses to build his end product. I've used AI in my last album, Niue 1976, to assist in building the back music of what I do. None of the vocals are AI. All the vocals are mine 100%. And so I've now utilized AI to benefit what I need to execute, which is to move Niue music forward. This is my own opinion. What I hate about it, or dislike about it, is when individuals use it and use it totally to create Niue music or redesign a music that's already existed, and not looking at recorrecting the language or looking at the sound that they're creating. They're just taking the default settings of AI and allowing it to be, that's it.
Glenn says whether he wins or not, simply representing Niue at one of the Pacific's biggest music events is already a victory.
Win or lose, I'm not worried anymore. As long as I turn up to the awards, I walk that red carpet and making sure people know Niue has arrived. And so letting you know as well, what we're going to do when we get there is my brother's going to get all his luxury cars, all his Harley Davidsons that he sells. We're going to form a takai from the main road, and we're going to make noise all the way into the red carpet. We're going to let them know that Niue is here. We are not the small little island in the middle of nowhere. We're going to let them know that we're going to take over the Pacific Music Awards and let them know that we've arrived. I come from the region in the Pacific. They need to know that they are hosting Pacific Music Awards in Aotearoa, New Zealand, in the cold country in winter. We're going to make sure that Gold Flag is bright and it's going to be hot and it's going to be sunshine in the middle of winter, just to represent us. And I know that can sound cocky or a bit arrogant, but there's time and place to really showcase Niue. And when we're going to the industry, we are small. We are small fish. Or are we the big fish in a small pond? And so that's how I'm going to represent Niue.
Glenn says the nomination is also a moment to recognize those who have supported him throughout his journey, from his family to the many people and businesses in Niue who have helped him reach this point.
Shout out to family and friends who have supported from day dot, to my wife, who saw the journey going into this music space in the industry with nothing, with absolutely nothing. And I appreciate my wife and her support, because usually they want to see that you've done something, then support you. But she came in where I was starting from nothing and absolutely had nothing to show for. But she stuck by me, and so now, you know, she reaps the rewards of what I do. So the credit goes to her and my family. I also want to shout out to my kids, who suffered long when they were born into what I've been doing, and to the point where, like I shared, having music in the car, that's how we drove around New Zealand. That's how we drove around anywhere in Aotearoa. Was all the music that we played in the car was my albums. Now, it could sound a little bit vain that I'm listening to my own music in my car, but I'm going to say, if you're not listening to my music in your car, then I'm going to listen to my music in my car, because my children benefit from it. They heard the language. They heard what Niue music sounds like. They saw their father leading them to know, like, language is first. Wangahau is first, even if my language is not complete or not 100%. But here I am at home in Niue, and we're doing our utmost best to making sure that their language continues, even in the music space.
Glenn Jackson leaves for Auckland next week ahead of the Pacific Music Awards, where he hopes his nomination will shine a spotlight on Niuean music, language and culture. The 2026 Pacific Music Awards will be held on August 12 at the Dewdrop Event Centre in Manukau, Auckland. A parliamentary induction program was held this week at the Matavai Resort, helping prepare Niue's newly elected members of parliament for their roles following the general election in the month of May. The week-long workshop brings together members of the 19th Niue Assembly, the Clerk of Parliament, and invited guests for training on parliamentary procedures and leadership. Participants are learning about their constitutional roles, the law-making process, committee work, and how to better represent their communities. The program also includes sessions with the Speaker of Australia's Northern Territory Parliament and the Deputy Speaker of New Zealand's Parliament, who are sharing their experiences with Niue's new members. The initiative is supported by the United Nations Development Programme through the Pacific Parliamentary Effectiveness Initiative, funded by the Government of New Zealand. Niue is strengthening its voice on climate change ahead of this year's Pacific climate meetings and COP31. Government officials and key stakeholders have completed a 3-day training workshop in Alofi to prepare for international climate negotiations. The workshop was organised by SPREP in partnership with the Government of Niue and supported by the Australian Government. More than 20 participants took part in sessions on climate finance, adaptation, loss and damage, and international climate negotiations. Minister of Environment Honourable Rhonda Siakia encouraged participants to make the most of the training, saying it will help ensure Niue remains a strong voice for its people and the Pacific. Although Niue contributes very little to global emissions, it continues to face the impacts of climate change, including coastal erosion, stronger storms, and longer dry periods. The delegation will attend the Pacific Preparatory Meeting in October before travelling to COP31 later this year. Telecom Niue Limited has announced a change in leadership, with Chief Executive Officer Anurag Tandon stepping down after 4 years of service and Roy Bavihi taking over the role. Telecom Niue says Mr. Tandon helped strengthen the country's telecommunications network during his 4 years as Chief Executive Officer, leading improvements in technology, infrastructure, and customer service. The company thanked him for his dedication and contribution to Telecom Niue and the people of Niue. Taking over as the new Chief Executive Officer is Roy Bavihi, a long-serving member of the Telecom Niue team. The board says it is confident Mr. Bavihi will lead the company into its next chapter with a focus on improving services, modernizing infrastructure, and supporting Niue's future connectivity. Still with Telecom, the company is updating customers after an internet outage affected the island earlier this week. The disruption happened on Tuesday afternoon when a fault outside of Niue affected the country's main fibre internet connection. On their Facebook post, Telecom Niue says the problem was traced back to Samoa, prompting engineers to switch services to a backup connection. The Manatua Consortium has since confirmed the fault is on the Manatua submarine cable, about 144 kilometers offshore from Samoa. While internet access has now been restored, customers may still experience slower speeds or occasional interruptions as the backup network has limited capacity. Telecom Niue says it is working closely with its overseas partners to restore the primary connection as soon as possible. Lakapa Village celebrated their show day last Saturday, showcasing the culture, the talents, and community spirit of their village. Locals and visitors enjoyed a variety of food stalls, local handicrafts made by the village women, and displays of fresh food crops. The event featured a variety of local food stalls, handicrafts made by the village women, and displays of fresh produce. Children and youth also entertained the crowd with dance performances. Village Women's Council representative says the annual event reflects the community's commitment to strengthening families and supporting one another.
Our hope is simple: to strengthen our families, to care for our children, and to keep our village strong and well. So, to everyone here today, enjoy the day. Eat, laugh, dance, and support each other. Visit the stalls and take pride in what our village can achieve together. Before I finish, a big thank you to the Lakapa Show Day Committee, to the Village Council, and to our Heavenly Father for His many blessings. Let us have a wonderful show day. God bless Lakapa Village. God bless Niue.
Among the guests were New Zealand High Commissioner Don Higgins, Australian High Commissioner Paul Harrington, Prime Minister Dalton Tagilangi, government ministers and village leaders. Speaking at the event, New Zealand High Commissioner Don Higgins acknowledged Lakapa's contribution to national leadership, noting that 2 of Niue's 7 women members of the Assembly are from the village.
Each village is unique. And one of the things that is unique about Lakapa is that 2 of the 7 women members of the Assembly, the Honourable Rhonda Tiakia and Moira Inatama, are both from Lakapa. So I congratulate you on that. I know that both of them are very vocal members of the Assembly.
The celebration also recognized the support of New Zealand and Australia towards community development projects, including upgrades to the Lakapa Youth Gym.
We would like to extend our sincere whakawelai mahaki to the New Zealand High Commission, His Excellency Mr. Don Higgins, as well as the former His Excellency Mr. Mark Gibb, for your generous support in funding the new flooring and the gym mats for our gym here in Lakapa. Not only has it created a much safer environment for our youth, but it has also transformed the gym into a more welcoming space, which will not only cater to the current, but to the next generation as well. Whakaue oe tūlau for your generosity and continued support of our community.
Australian High Commissioner Paul Harrington says Australia is proud to continue supporting community and tourism initiatives in Lakapa.
The Australian High Commission has been pleased to support Lakapa Village Show Day through the DAP funding for the resurfacing of the Lakapa Youth Gym and as part of our tourism project with the Niue Chamber of Commerce. I think at this stage we've supported the cultural signage for the Kaulama festival that occurs to inform people that they shouldn't be going down to the sea tracks at certain points of time. Now I look forward to continuing support for the Lakapa village in the future through our TAP program, which will start a new round in the coming months.
The next show day for this month will be Tamakotanga. And that is our news bulletin for this evening. I am Georgia George Valiana. Good night.